Hey everybody, this is Jen. Welcome to the homestead and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to take you for a quick walk through the garden spaces to show you what I'm going to be dealing with today. As some of you know, I've been gone for 10 days at a spiritual retreat, so my yard and my garden was left to fend for itself, so to speak. And when I got back to a jungle. It's kind of crazy, so I have a lot of cleanup I have to do. But I figured I'd show you what it looks like before I get started. So, follow me along, right here on Garden Jen's Journey. Alright, so you see all this here, this is along our walkway, and my husband left this because it's got tons of plantain in it, and he also thought that this here, let me zoom in here, oops, wrong way, that all this was chamomile, and it's actually not, it's the false chamomile, but he didn't want to cut it down because he thought that was chamomile, and that I would want to save that. But nope, that's not chamomile, that's a false chamomile. So yeah, I have this whole area is just like overgrown with plantain and the false chamomile, and we got some grass in here, and I think some thistles are in here too. So this will get weed whipped later on, but let me take you to the garden spaces and show you what's going on. Alright, as we walk into the one garden area, see again how overgrown it's become. This is a ton of plantain, but I use plantain, so that's fine. But you can see how big it gets. It gets basically as big as hostas get. That's kind of really cool. But yeah, I have tons of plantain that are just growing everywhere. And then, let's see, what else do I got going in here? I got lots of lamb's quarter. I'll show you that in a little bit. I got thistle, and then this is wild lettuce. Lots of wild lettuce. Of course, we have lots of quack grass growing in here. We have milkweed growing in here. We got this clover stuff. I forgot what it is off the top of my head. It's not clover, but it looks kind of like it. I have lots of that growing in here. Like I said, I got lots of wild lettuce. And the counterpart to wild lettuce looks a lot like it. I got this big behemoth here. I forgot what this is. I'll plan to identify it later. But you see how huge this is? This just grew like this in 10 days. So, yeah. Like I said, lots of grass. Lots of milkweed, lots and lots of milkweed, and lots of grass. You see my valerian has flowered, which is wonderful. The bees love the valerian, but after it's done flowering, I have to cut it back because it spreads like crazy with all those seeds. That's how I got it going everywhere, because it used to be right here by this tree, and now it's just like everywhere. But yeah. And I got some of this stuff here. I hate this stuff. Oh, let me zoom in here. See how many seeds are on that plant? That's why that spreads so quickly. But you can just see the ground is carpeted. And a lot of this is plantain that's growing. But here's some lamb's quarter. And that grows very invasively. It grows everywhere because it puts out a lot of seeds when it goes to grow. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of weeds. See all the lamb's quarter back there. And then I used to grow tansy. Basically in the spot where I'm standing, I used to have tansy about 3 or 4 years ago. And I cut it down because I learned it was invasive, and it did start spreading because it puts out lots and lots of flower heads, which makes lots and lots of seeds. And to this day, I'm still digging up tansy. That's this fern looking stuff here. That is all tansy. And like I said, I haven't had a tansy plant in here for 3 or 4 years. But yeah, if you don't cut your tansy down before the seed heads go to flower, you're going to end up with it everywhere. My husband's come try to help me find a lost sprinkler that's lost in this jungle somewhere. We do have mallow that's growing up and going to flower. Now this is not marshmallow, this is just mallow. They're cousins. We got that. And let me take you to the jungle out back. Isn't this just crazy? I have to clean all this up. The milkweeds and stuff I'm going to leave, of course, for the butterflies. Let me take you out back here. This is what I thought was really interesting. When I left, this was just what I could walk on. It hadn't grown up yet. But my elderberry bushes have like grown. But look at how tall these weeds are. Just insane. Like, these are up to my knee and beyond. Like, can you see my trees over here? I can't see my trees, especially in the sun. But there's a tree there. There's a tree there. And there's a tree there. And then there's a pot over here with a plant in it. You probably can't see it, because I can't see it right now either. But there's a pot, like right there, that is sitting on pallets that have herbs in it. But yeah, isn't this just crazy? This is all lamb's quarter right here. And then mallow. Huh, we got a sunflower look-alike. It's not sunflower though. It's a bad weed. But look at that lamb's quarter. It's getting pretty tall. Lamb's quarter is indeed edible. So, you know, if you want, you can eat this. What I'm going to do with all this stuff is put in my compost pile. All the stuff that hasn't gone to seed. It will go in my compost pile and, you know, become compost. So it's great stuff. But back there, I have more pots. They're kind of getting buried. And I told my husband, because I was looking, I'm like, I'm missing some pots. And you can't see them either, but I can see the tops of where they're supposed to be. I have 3 pots tucked back right here. And right there's the tops of what one of the plants are. I have my plantain that I transplanted when I did the video about what plantain is. I have 3 pots of plantain that I tucked right there to be protected from the sun, because the sun was so intense that they were actually dying on me. But yeah, you can't see them because of all this. But this is just crazy. So yeah, I have a lot of weed whipping to do, a lot of hoeing to do. This is what happens when you have bare ground and you do organic gardening with no herbicides and things like that. If you leave, you end up with a jungle. Yeah. Okay, so that's this part of the garden. I'm not even going to take you to the other part of the garden because you can just imagine what it looks like, you know, with all what I have here. So I have my work cut out for me, and I got to get going because it's going to get really hot really quick. And I have a lot of ground to cover, literally. So thank you for following me along today on this quick journey through my garden jungle. And I hope that wherever you are, you're wonderfully blessed. So until next time, everybody, bye-bye.